Horns up, good morning, and welcome to this test live stream. So, I have not done a live stream on this channel, so I said I will just do a very quick one to test the waters. I hope to soon start doing cooking live streams on this channel, so we can do a stream where I cook live and you can cook along or something on those lines. But till we get around to that, I said let me just do a quick one right now. Also, guys, I'm uploading a brand new recipe video today. So right now it is 10 a.m. in India. At 5 p.m. in India, I will upload a new recipe video on the channel. So that is 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In 7 hours from now, there will be a new video on this channel. It's going to be a pork recipe, so get some pork shoulder and some, yes, I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but definitely make sure you grab some pork next time you're at the supermarket. So that's what I wanted to kind of let you guys know, is that there is a new recipe coming out today. Also, if you haven't had the chance, there are over 100 recipes on this channel already. So if you haven't checked them out, do give them a watch. You can find everything on the video section of the channel. Everything is neatly arranged as playlists. And yeah, and right now I'm drinking my morning coffee. The one thing that kind of stuck with me after I quit keto as well was my coffee habit, which was black coffee with a little bit of stevia in it. And yeah, I started keto in what, 2015 December or 2016. And I think the first thing that I had to do was switch over from coffee with milk and sugar to black coffee for the keto diet. And it was quite a difficult transition, if I'm being honest. But here I am, almost 10 years later. Wow, about 8 or 9 years later, still drinking black coffee with stevia. So I guess that worked out. And for all those who are watching the replay, I would love to know which part of the world you're watching from, and let me know your favorite Headbangers Kitchen recipe, one that you have made multiple times. So I don't know if you guys have been keeping up to date, but like basically this, on this channel, the whole focus is cooking. It's all about learning new recipes, discovering new cuisines, and eating good food, I guess. Um, One of the things that I never really did much of while growing up was cook or even eat Indian food. You know, I ate a little bit of Indian food at home, of course, dal, chawal, roti, sabzi, chicken curry, fish fry, and things like that. But I was never really like big on Indian food, and if I'm being honest, even today, it is not my cuisine of choice. However, when I get to cook Indian food now, I enjoy it a lot because I get to control the spice levels, I get to tailor it to my palate. Hello, light and love. Lovely to see you here. So, yeah, as I was saying, so I mostly cooked Western food, to be honest, till about 2012. So I started my original channel, Headbangers Kitchen, which has now been renamed HK's Keto and Low Carb Recipes. Uh, I I started that channel and I was making burgers and bacon bombs and chicken piccata and a meat pizza and things like that. And then I was going to interview one of my favorite drummers of all time, George Colias. And he is from Greece. And when I found out he was coming and he agreed to the interview, I thought to myself, look, he's coming from Greece. You know, why feed him something like hamburgers or pizza or something like that? Why not make him some Indian food? And that is kind of how I started cooking Indian food. And when I got more and more guests from outside India, I would explore more Indian cooking and learn new dishes and feed them. And then of course, as the keto channel, when I transitioned to keto, there were a lot of requests from people who were watching the channel to make Indian food, and I started doing that. And truth be told, I've come to really enjoy exploring and learning about Indian cuisine and cooking it up, and that's why I started this series called Meet India on this channel. So on this channel, there are a whole bunch of videos called Meet India, where I take you across the country, and we're cooking up the best meat and seafood this country has to offer. And that's the thing, right? If you actually look at Indian food, there is nothing one that defines Indian food, because India has 28 states. Each state has its own culture, its cuisine, its language. Yeah, everything is different across each state. So my goal was to showcase two dishes from each state and cover the entire country, and then redo the whole thing, and then just keep building on that. So I've done a whole bunch of videos, I think maybe 20 or 30 almost, like I think 10 to 15 states maybe I've covered. I'm not sure about the exact number, but those videos are on this channel. And people think India is a largely vegetarian country when it's not. 70% of Indians eat meat, and we have a lot of amazing dishes. So I wanted to really showcase that side of India, because nobody does. I mean, yes, there are curries that are sold abroad in Indian restaurants, but a lot of Indian food has a lot of meat in it. Like, it's not like we don't eat meat the same way like you do in the West. Like, there's a big piece of steak at the center of the plate, or there's a big piece of something at like a big chicken piece or a big pork piece or whatever. We have it more like as part of a full meal, where there'll be some rice and vegetable and a little bit. The quantity of meat most people consume is smaller, but they all do consume it, whether it's egg or fish or whatever. So yeah, I figured it would be great to share that with the world. I think that's something people would really be interested in. Now the funny thing is, despite 70% of Indians eating meat, there is a lot of people. There are a lot of people in this country who are protein deficient. So another series I started was called Will It Meet? So what I did was, I took the most popular Indian vegetarian street foods and even just regular food, and I added meat to it in a creative way. So I took dishes like upma, poha, what else did I do? Sabudana khichdi, and dishes like that. Oh, dal, chana bhatura, and I added meat into these dishes. And that series is called Will It Meet? And what I really enjoyed doing was, I enjoyed calling followers of my channel to my house to come and taste those dishes and give their feedback on camera. So the videos are really fun. You get to see the recipe, the what I would like to at least call innovation in the dish, and then you get to see real people taste it and give you their feedback on it. Pav bhaji. I did pav bhaji with Goan chorizo. Now, if you've never had Goan chorizo, it's amazing. It's like this spiced sausage. It's similar to Spanish chorizo, but it's a little tangier, a little spicier, and it's used in a lot of dishes. So I use that as the base, and that chorizo oil is also used to like mix with butter and create like a chorizo butter in which we cook the pav. In fact, I've got 2 packets of chorizo in my freezer that need to be used up. So I was actually thinking of making like a really big batch of this chorizo pav bhaji and selling it. So yeah, it's going to be something very interesting. Hello, Jasna from Macedonia. Wow. Interesting story that maybe has no relevance to cooking, but I had a band called Reptilian Death, and we put out an album in 2012 that was picked up by a record label in Macedonia, and they put out our CD over there. Yeah, just a little connection I have to Macedonia. In fact, it's been so long I've forgotten the name of the record company as well. Dazamascus Records, yeah. I think that was it. But yeah, good times. So yeah, um, those are some of the updates from the channel. Yeah, really. Even I didn't know there was an underground death metal record label in Macedonia. Let me see if I can find. I think there's. I forgot what was his name. It was so long ago now. But yeah, it was. Oh wait, I can. My band should have it somewhere. Wait. Let me see if I can find it on one of these websites. Is there a record label mentioned? Yes, Darza Madicus Records. Correct. That was it. Darza Madicus Records. Hello, Veronica from Houston, Texas. Lovely to see you here. Yes, I found it. Deshan. Yeah. So anyway guys, that's the update on the channel, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Like I said, today in about 7 hours from now there's going to be a new recipe video on the channel. I would recommend buying two things if you are at the supermarket. One of them is pork shoulder and the other thing is black sesame seeds, and that will be needed for the recipe that I am releasing this evening. Of course, if you don't eat pork, you can also buy a slow cooking cut of beef, and you can also use chicken legs and thighs for this recipe if you don't want to use pork. So yeah, excellent. It's good to see some people here. I know this is my first live stream on the channel. It's like a test stream, just kind of testing the waters. And like I said earlier in the stream, obviously if you are watching the replay, you've already heard this. I would like to start proper cooking live streams on this channel. Hopefully we can find a time that works for everyone, and we can do cook alongs, or just have fun conversations as I cook new dishes. We're also really trying hard to get this channel monetized. We're at 2,864 hours of watch time. I need about 1,150 hours of watch time. So if you haven't seen all the videos on this channel, do give them a watch. There are about 100 recipes now on the channel, and hopefully you've had a chance to watch a few of them. Check out some of the others as well. There are a lot of Meat India videos, a lot of the Will It Meat series as well, and a lot of delicious dishes. And now for those who are watching live, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm here to answer your questions while I drink my black coffee with stevia. Thank you so much, Harshal. Would like to be a serial eater? Yeah, so for those who don't know, I actually do a lot of food blogging under my other profile called Headbanger Eats. So, Harshal, to become a serial eater, all you need to do is go to my Instagram profile for Headbanger Eats, click on the link in my bio, and sign up to the WhatsApp group. Whenever there's an event, you can sign up and show up for the event, and that's how you become a serial eater. So for those of you who are, again, not from India or whatever, so I review food on Headbanger Eats. I go to restaurants, and I also run a food club called the Serial Eaters Club. And that is just a collection of people who follow me on social media. And what I do is I curate special meals, and we go out to restaurants, and you can buy a ticket for this event, and you sit with strangers and you share food. So in India, sharing food is very common. When people go out to eat, they will order like 4 or 5 different dishes for the table, and everyone picks at it. Unlike, at least I have noticed in the West, people will order their own entree, their own main course, and their own dessert. And whereas Indian culture and food is a lot about just bring everything out, spread it on the table, and everyone kind of eats. So it's the same at restaurants also. Yes, of course, if you go for a burger, or a burger, you generally maybe get your own burger. But like if you go to an Indian restaurant, even an Italian restaurant, like people will order three pastas for the table, and they'll each serve themselves a little bit of each. So it's just kind of how we like to eat when we go out. So I have a very small appetite, so I don't get to try a lot of the dishes, because I like, if me and Dipti go out, we order one appetizer, one main course, we're full. So this way I got to like go with a group of people. We order 8-10 dishes, and we all get to taste a bite of everything, and it's like a lot more fun. And you also get to have fun conversations and meet people and make new friends and things like that. So that's also what I'm doing on the side of this cooking channel as well. In fact, that is my primary job now, and this is my attempt to resurrect this cooking channel to a potentially uh, full time endeavor. So yeah, anyway, that's about 15 minutes. That's good enough for this test live stream. Do check out the new video when it drops. If you haven't watched all the other 100 recipes on this channel, do check them out. Hope you all have a lovely day, and I'll see you on the next episode of Headbangers Kitchen. Until then, cheers and keep cooking. Bye.